Eating, drinking, smoking, and the chewing of gum are not allowed in the auditorium. The use of electronic recording devices is strictly prohibited. Please take note of the exit signs nearest to you. In light of the present COVID-19 pandemic, we remind you to keep your mask on for the duration of your time here at Napa. Should you begin to feel unwell, do exit the auditorium and alert an usher. At the end of this event, we ask that you exit immediately to avoid gathering in the lobby. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the UTT's graduation ceremony. We'd like you the audience, to stand for the platform's entrance and remain standing for the national anthem of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, followed by the invocation.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now call upon the President of the Executive UTT Student Guild, Mr. Alex Hewitt, to say the prayer.
O Supreme One, Origin of all being, we thank you for giving us another day. As we gather here to celebrate UTT's 2022 Presentation of Graduates ceremony, give us a keen understanding of the importance of the role that graduates of UTT, the National University, have in the development of our communities and Trinidad and Tobago by extension. Give us faith, courage, and wisdom to fulfill our purpose and promise as students and graduates of UTT. Show us how to effectively serve you so that all of our education, knowledge, and skills may find true fulfillment as we learn to do your will. May we ever be in a way in everything that we do that knowledge comes from learning and wisdom comes from you. Thank you, O Supreme One. Now, let us bow our heads in a moment of silence for those members of our UTT family who have passed. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
Professor Clement Imber, Chairman of the Board of Governors, UTT, and other members of the Board of Governors, UTT.
Professor Prakash Prasad, President, UTT.
Professor Festus Adoyobo, Vice President, Research, Academic, and Student Affairs.
Professor Stephen Joseph, Assistant Vice President, Undergraduate Studies.
Orators, Dr. Kerry Dalloway.
Orator, Dr. Linda Mohammed.
Senior academic and corporate staff of UTT.
Members of the Student Guild and other students of UTT.
Valedictorian, Mr. Daniel Roberts.
Graduates of 2022.
Specially invited guests.
Family members and friends.
Members of the media and the viewing public.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the celebration of your success here at the UTT graduation 2022.
At this point in time, I would like to invite to the podium the President of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, Professor Prakash Prasad, to declare the graduation ceremony open.
On behalf of the Chancellor, as President of the University, I declare this ceremony open for the conferment of certificates, diplomas, and degrees by the authority of the Academic Council and the Board of Governors.
Chairman, I now invite you to address some words of welcome to the gathering.
Good morning. This is the last time I'm going to make this statement that I'm making. That is, I've told the other graduates, everybody's wondering why I have these Star Trek wear on my face. I had eye surgery 2 weeks ago. I went to the doctor yesterday morning and they told me, they say you don't have to wear the darkers anymore, but if you find that the lights or sunlight is a little too strong, the glare, you can. But you really don't have to. But over the last 2 weeks, everybody has told me I look so cool. So I think I'll continue wearing these darkers whenever I have an excuse to wear them, but I have to take them off to read this speech. Professor Prakash Prasad, President of UTT, a senior academic well, all academic and corporate staff of UTT, members of the Student Guild and other students of UTT, family members, friends and well-wishers, members of the media, members of the viewing public, graduates of 2022, the last graduation ceremony of this week. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning again. Maybe I could say it in a few more languages. I could say bonjour, I could say buenos dias, I could say guten morgen, and that's all I can say up to now. No, I think it's buongiorno in Italian. So here you got 5 languages. Welcome to the University of Trinidad and Tobago's 2022 presentation of graduation ceremony. And I use the singular ceremony because we have had, this is particularly for you, we have had several ceremonies that went before. So we always leave the best for last. So you could clap for that, yeah, clap. And this is a return to in-person celebrations. As we all know, we have suffered for the last 2.5 years from what has been described as a pandemic, which has disrupted our lives tremendously. But we are back to in-person celebrations this year. It is my pleasure to host you all at this magnificent location that is the National Academy for the Performing Arts, part of which, as you know, houses the university's Academy for the Performing Arts. This is a venue, the Lord Kitchener Auditorium, which over the years has witnessed a vast variety of events of great cultural and national significance, including the bestowing of national awards. At this, the most auspicious of university occasions, there's a celebratory mood. And we acknowledge and applaud over 1,500 students this year on their significant academic achievement and commitment to excellence. Each of you has displayed dauntless resolution, extolling the true character of a learner, and you're now officially a graduate of this respected institution within the world of academia, the National University of Trinidad and Tobago. I say very respected for various reasons, our achievements over the years, also that we are institutionally accredited for the maximum amount, 7 years, by the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago. And those programs that need what is called program accreditation or specialized accreditation, the engineering programs particularly, have also been accredited. And we had a visit from the Joint Board of Moderators, that's for the Civil Engineering Group, or the Civil Engineering Program. And they are to report to us soon on their accreditation. The Joint Board of Moderators is made up of the Institution of Civil Engineers, Institution of Structural Engineers, and so on. We use the Engineering Council, which is based in the United States, United Kingdom. My head is always on the United States, I don't know why. Maybe Trump has an influence on me. They are based in the UK, but they are international. And both UE, UTT, and several other universities all over the world use the UK institutions for their accreditation. The UK institutions are part of a global overarching body of accrediting agencies in different parts of the world, started by the UK, United States, Canada, Australia, Ireland, Hong Kong, and a few others in 1989, and several others have joined since then, including, of course, India and China and countries like that. So this year, UTT turns 18, a number which represents a coming of age in many ways. The achievements attained since the university's inception in 2004 are by all means awe-inspiring and a testament to our unquestionable dedication to meeting and surpassing the vision and mission initially set out almost 2 decades ago. The university at its core represents an institution created to bridge the gap between academia, industry, and the society at large, providing tuition in a number of areas which at the time were underrepresented and some of which are still underrepresented, which was a very ambitious undertaking for a brand new academic institution. That UTT continues to evolve while amassing accolades for research, entrepreneurship, and innovation is a reflection of the efforts and competence of all involved: the corporate staff, academic staff, you, the students, to the benefit of the society. And it is really through you, as instruments of advancement and change, that the university finds its real purpose. Today, as the university strides towards proverbial adulthood, it takes its many graduates along with it. So too, you carry part which is now undeniably embedded in each of you as a representative of the UTT family, one that is still cementing its reach across the globe, continuing to achieve so much. It is worth noting some of the latest achievements just over the last year of UTT and the UTT family. The Innovation Lab of the IDB Group, IDB is the International Development Bank, one of the biggest development banks in the world, of course, has approved a sum of just over $6 million TT dollars for the University of Trinidad and Tobago for the expansion of its animation services. As you know, animation is one of our flagship programs, the only one of its kind to that extent in the region. UTT conducted a project to assess the feasibility of providing potable water from unused surface water ponds for the Water and Sewage Authority, WASA. UTT was engaged by PAHO, WHO, PAHO, Pan American Health Organization, and we all know WHO, we have heard enough about them during the pandemic. That project involves the introduction of robotics and AI, artificial intelligence, into the health system in the region. And these two projects, the WASA project and the PAHO WHO project, were led by two of our most senior people in the university. The WASA project was led by our Vice President, Professor Adoyobo, and the Robotics and AI project was led by none other than our President, Professor Prakash Prasad, robotics being one of his specialties. UTT and Kariri launched a major recycling project which will convert old discarded tires into rubber crumbs for road, pavement, and other uses. MADE 868, that is the fashion production facility, which is at the John D campus, opened its doors to the public earlier this year as the only facility which caters for the needs of the small to medium production designers in the fashion industry locally and regionally. I've invited people to go and have a look at it at John D at some time, not all together, of course, but because it's a wonderful facility. You should really see the fascinating work that they're doing there. There's a printer, a fabric printer, which can print anything you can do on a computer. So you can put whatever you want on the computer, and it will print meters and meters of fabric, and you can make whatever you want. You can make a wedding dress with it if you want. In the same vein, UTT's fashion alumnus, Gareth Sobers, showcased his collection in Milan, Italy, Milan being one of the fashion capitals of the world. UTT Mechanical Engineering and Manufacturing Entrepreneurship alumna, one of our alumni, received the prestigious Chevening Scholarship, which is a fully funded scholarship which enables outstanding emerging leaders from all over the world to pursue a one-year master's degree in the UK. And this young lady already has a master's from us, so she'll get a second one, and all praise to her. Kevin Singh, holder of a BSc in Information Technology and an MSc in Innovation, Manufacturing Management, and Entrepreneurship, is the founder and owner of Health Mix, a company that develops and produces cake mixes that utilizes healthier flour substitutes. And hear this, One of the main ingredients in the cake mixes is pure flour. I heard of cassava flour, but now we have dashing flour, and now we have pure flour. He has worked with several local food manufacturers and facilities. And as I have said before, I grew up in San Grande, and there were 2 pure trees just behind my house. So I was never short of pure, except that I had to chase the squirrels sometimes because they wanted to eat them all. And every time I go to San Grande, it is every so often, I stop at a fruiterer to buy pure or tipitambu, whatever it is, because I still enjoy those things from my childhood days. I used to dig tipitambu from the ground. I don't know how many of you have done that. I know many of you are real city kids, and you don't know anything about that. But anyway, you must try it. And listen to this one. It's a little long, but listen to this one. Past UTT Patriots netball players, all our high-performance players are called UTT Patriots. Samantha Wallace, who is a professional and has campaigned in Australia, Jamila McCarthy, Oprah Douglas, Shaquanda Green-Noel, Anicia Batiste, Khalifa McCullin, captain, and Crystal Ann George, vice-captain. They were selected to represent Trinidad and Tobago's national senior women netball team in a regional tournament recently in Jamaica, where they did extremely well. If you realize the number of people from past and present UTT students, netball players, who are on the national team, you could field an entire UTT team as a national team without having to pick anybody else. And we have the captain and the vice captain. That deserves a round of applause. And 2 of those that I mentioned there, I mentioned Samantha Wallace has campaigned professionally in Australia. Shaquanda Green-Noel, one of those I mentioned above, she landed a pro netball contract in the UK, and she joined her former UTT Patriots player Jamila McCarthy, who I also mentioned above there, competing in this year's Vitality Netball Super League in the UK. And our head coach, our netball head coach, Dr. Bridget Adams, who is a graduate, a PhD graduate of UTT. She has been appointed President of America's Netball. America's Netball is like, if you know what CONCACAF is to football, CONCACAF is the regional body, Caribbean, Central America, North America, not South America. They have too many big guns in football. They have their own regional body. But CONCACAF includes Mexico, of course, Canada, and the United States, the Caribbean and Central America. That is the equivalent, the America's Netball. And she'll be the regional director in 2023. So she's now the president, and she'll assume as regional director. Our football goalkeeper, Alaya Alexander, and Tamia Sinclair were selected for Trinidad and Tobago's under-20 women's national football team that competed in the CONCACAF Women's Championship recently. And student athlete, football again, Colette Morgan, has been selected for the Trinidad and Tobago senior team. Our athletic trainer, Donna Marie Wickham, was selected as one of the rehab specialists for Trinidad and Tobago's under-17 and under-20 women's national football teams. And ending with football, our men's team, who qualified for the playoffs in Mexico last month, October, just returned from Mexico at the playoffs for what is called the World University Football. It's really like the University World Cup. They didn't make it to be one of the qualifiers, but they accredited themselves very well, losing the first 2 important games 2-1. So they really didn't qualify on goal difference, really. the last game, they decided to play all the guys who didn't get a touch or a kick, and they got a few goals against them. But in the major tournament goals, they did very well, only losing 2-1. And our high-performance table tennis coach, Alina Edwards, she was selected as a national coach for the under-11 and under-13 championships, Pan American championships in Ecuador. Moving on to staff, the staff, they have done so much and published so much. I can't go through all the achievements of the staff. But just to say that Dr. Mia Gormandy Benjamin, assistant professor in music, was appointed artistic director of the famous Trinidad All-Stars Steel Orchestra. The oldest steel orchestra and one of two of the most famous steel orchestra, All-Stars and Desperados. And please, any BP Renegades fans or Phase 2 fans, don't get vexed with me. So, Associate Professor Dr. Varma Rambaran, he has published a book on alternative medicine for diabetes management. And this was derived from his research, his extensive research that he did on diabetes treatment, because he has a treatment for diabetes that he has developed, for which he got a US patent, very important, and with which we collaborated. He collaborated with a university in India, where he spent some time. And as I had said before, he sent me some pictures on some little white mice that they were experimenting on. You know, I suppose injecting them with diabetes and then giving them his concoction to make sure, to see if they will cure it. I hope they were all cured. They were lovely little fellows that I saw on the video he sent to me. So his research was in fact funded by a European Union grant, and as I said, it involved his going to India for some of the work. At this year's music festival, saxophonist, as you know, as a saxophone player, Chavez Benjamin was awarded first place, I notice 100%, in the orchestral instrument solo section of the 2022 Trinidad and Tobago Music Festival. And he was just one of 5 or 6 that got trophies at that festival. And UTT student, Kino Alvarez, has been accepted to Yale University to their special school of drama on a full scholarship. To pursue a Master's of Fine Arts in Technical Design and Production. And if you Google Yale, you will see it is one of the premier universities in the world. You know, when people talk about the big universities in the US, they talk about MIT, they talk about Harvard, they talk about Yale, and they talk about Princeton. Those 4 are mentioned and known by everybody here. We also had another student from Venezuela. I can say that he was a Venezuelan refugee that came here. He was a graduate of the famous Sistemas program in Venezuela, which is a program that looks at youth at risk to get them into music. He has got a partial scholarship to the Guildhall School of Music and Drama. That is in the UK. The Guildhall School of Music and Drama is always in the first 5 of schools of music and drama in the world. And clearly it is the top one in the United Kingdom. So these are some of the achievements by UTT and the UTT family. So as a graduate of this excellent university, you have astutely proven your ability to cultivate that which is required for success, with encouragement from your support system, your family, friends, and well-wishers, and guidance from our exceptional educators. You have managed to elevate yourself to a position where the air is rare. Where the air is rare, not a large percentage of our population have either the opportunity and or the ability to graduate at the tertiary level. So, as I often say, to whom much is given, much is expected. So much is expected of you. At this time, I ask you graduates to stand. Stand. I see there are people on your right and at the back of you. So you will turn to the back of you and then to your right, to your family, friends, and well-wishers, and with a resounding round of applause, tell them thank you. I feel you could do better than that. I said resounding, you know. Yeah, resounding. Right. Nice. You could sit, but turn around first before you sit. All right. It's my chance to say thank you for that. And thank you, all of you who have supported these lovely young people to be where they are today. You, the graduates, and you who have just been thanked, must be very proud of this achievement. As the graduates take this badge of honor out into the world, be encouraged to make the progress that you wish to see. Be like so many UTT graduates before you who have established a tradition whereby through their work they have become ardent proponents of transformational progress and staunch supporters of entrepreneurial growth. These are two key components which we have come to see are requirements for achieving sustainable success at both the individual and societal levels. As part of its mandate for educating future generations, UTT utilizes a unique approach to pedagogy on the one hand, and takes into consideration the wide range of learning abilities of all our students, and on the other hand, allows them to develop the ability to think critically. This approach revitalizes the way our students learn, which in turn inspires a lifelong drive for success, and also a lifelong yearning for learning. Lifelong learning is an imperative today. The world is changing so fast. So this is just a stop. It's a stop. It's not the end. It's the end of something, but it's a stop along the road of life. The University of Trinidad and Tobago is honored to call each of you a graduate and is privileged to have played an instrumental part in your overall growth. We vow to continue to invest in the future of our nation by supporting its most indispensable resource, its people, particularly the youth. Now, what is very, I wouldn't say unique, but very poignant about UTT is that we take people in our U-STEP program. It's the new name for things that we have been doing from inception. We are always evolving and changing and improving, continuous improvement. Our U-STEP program takes people who have shown that they have the ability to pass C6 subjects, whether it's 2 or whatever, but may have faltered because they're late developers, they had to leave, they couldn't go back to school for some reason or whatever, they had to go to work, whatever. But we take those who are willing and bring them up to speed so that they can matriculate and get into a degree program. So this is something that is, as I say, not unique, but very special about UTT, that we try to take care and cater for the needs of all people who are willing and able. While today's proceedings represent only a snapshot of your totality, do not devalue the magnitude of this accomplishment, this stop in the road. This is where you envision yourself when you enrolled as a student of this esteemed institution, and you have endured the most trying of situations, COVID most importantly, and you should be brimming with joy at your success. Make sure to celebrate the victory of achievement, to savor the moment before it passes. It is my duty to inspire confidence in our graduates, to encourage you to be more than a mere spectator in life. Instead, to be an active participant in the cycle of life. Challenge the status quo. Contribute, invent, advance. Use your skills, use your qualifications, use your critical thinking abilities to change the world. Because the world yearns for engineers, seafarers, designers, farmers, technicians, educators, policymakers. In other words, the world yearns for you. It is now up to you to add to that which has been so well laid before. In conclusion, together with the Chancellor, who could not be here today, members of the Board of Governors, the corporate and academic staff of the university, and the national community, I congratulate once more the entire graduating class of 2022. Stand tall on the shoulders of your predecessors with the confidence required to excel. We all celebrate you, and in spite of what may come, do not be dissuaded. As we are sure you will never let us down, you will not let yourselves down. I salute you, and in the vein of my Star Trek, where may the Force be with you.
Thank you very much, Professor Clement Imbert, for that warm welcome and for those encouraging words to our graduates. At this point in time, we'd like to lift the tempo just a little bit. But before I do, I would like to ask Mr. Daniel Roberts to kindly report backstage, please. Mr. Daniel Roberts, please report backstage. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I now call upon the APA Choir to render the song May the Road Rise, composed by UTT's Associate Professor of Music and overall program leader of UTT's Academy for the Performing Arts, Dr. Roger J. Henry.
Thank you very much, Dr. Roger J. Henry and the APA Choir. A special thank you to Mr. Daniel Roberts. If you all noticed, that was the pianist here for us today, and he's among you guys graduating today. At this point, I would like to call on Professor Festus Adoyobo. Professor Festus Adoyobo, please present to the President those persons who have met the requirements of the University of Trinidad and Tobago to be admitted to certificates, diplomas, and undergraduate degrees.
President, I ask you to admit these candidates from these academic programs having fulfilled the requirements of the university to the certificate, diploma, and undergraduate degrees for which they are presented.
Graduates of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, by the authority vested in me, I admit you to the certificate, diploma, and undergraduate degrees for which you are to be presented and receive you as members of our society.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We now proceed to the conferment of the certificates, diplomas, and undergraduate degrees with our academics from the various departments calling the names of the respective students. We begin with the certificate in sports studies. And I call upon Mr. Stacy Cato and Dr. Karen Ince.
First awardee, Jamali Samuel Adams. Chelsea Nafisa Bishop. Elizabeth Amanda Bovril. Renee Faith Green. David Guerra. Dala Danielle Guppy. Whitney Shanice Hamilton. Jedediah Stephen John. Gershom David Johnson. Alicia Alexia Macano. Annalisa Nicole Mark. Makeda Jaketa Pierre. Lexine Prescott. Rudra Stefan Ramlakan. Amika Tanija Ramnarain. Oral Patrick Rodriguez. Elijah DeAndre Santoki. Thank you very much.
This is the Diploma in Fashion Design. I am Sandra Carr, the program leader. Kairanisa Allen. Celeste Tessa Ross. Karina Lovita Sandy. Thank you.
The Diploma in Security and Public Safety. Lizelle Jadon Bailey. Khadija Kisa Elias. Tisha Amaya Lewis. Taisha Anya Garce. Cordell Travon Richardson.
I now invite the presenter of the Bachelor of Fine Arts in the Performing Arts, Dr. Roger Henry.
Bachelor of Fine Arts in the Performing Arts, Sydney Karen Darius. Janelle Renice Hamilton. Jesus Kashif Patterson. Kevan Q. Phillips. Dahlia Wilson. The Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Media Arts. Jonathan Daniel Campbell, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Media Arts with specialization in animation. Bachelor of Fine Arts in Digital Media Arts with specialization in music technology, Gideon Caleb Bishop. Christopher Mark Jagassar. Abini Abigail McDonald. Aaron Williams. Bachelor of Fine Arts in the Performing Arts with specialization in music, Taisha Anastasia Alexander. Denicia Marie Bethelme. Marklon Wendell Byron. Shakana Daniela Cato. Tyler Amaya Charles. Giovanni Hanuman Clermont. Kevin Josiah Edwards. Michael Stephen Ford III. Shadel Tiana Fortune. Durrell Adam Franco Emil. Nkosi Jaden Griffith. Rashid Isaiah Guy. Mark Anthony Haynes. Trishelle Veronica Joseph. Hermias Nicholas Mai Macano. Tristan Patterson Marcano. Romel Nathaniel Martin. Chrisana Marie Mitchell. Javon Emmanuel Ramsey. Kirsch Darian Ramsey. Marcus Gabriel Nelson. Bachelor of Fine Arts in the Performing Arts with specialization in music. I have to call this one out specially. Graduating summa cum laude, Daniel Roberts. Continuing with his specialization in music, David Brandon Weber. Sade Kimberly Weeks. Bachelor of Fine Arts in the Performing Arts with specialization in dance, Nyara Faith Dixon. Maria J. James. Destiny Daniel Owen. Jewel Smith. Monique Marguerite Wilshire Moore. Bachelor of Fine Arts in the Performing Arts with specialization in theater design and production, Nigel Kazim Edwards. Shaquille Anthony Norega. Brandon Charles Parmesar. Bachelor of Fine Arts in the Performing Arts with specialization in acting, Makiba De Revenue. Trevon Scott.
Bachelor of Fine Arts in Fashion Design, Majida Aisha Abdul. Kathy Belcon. Cornelius Peter Hector. Thank you.
Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Sport and Exercise Science, Pre-Health Professions, Pre-Medicine. Letitia Kian Atwell. Shermald Jeshon Carrington. Shania Eva Clapperton. Simran Anessa Danraj. Jodiah Shaniel McSween. Alaya Kershaw Modest. Kia Kyron Arnim Simmons. Charlotte Irene Tissot. Jediel David Walters. Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Sport and Exercise Science, Pre-Health Professions, Pre-Medicine, and Sport Management. Cleandre Janae Ham. Kidane Joseph O'Connor. Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Sport and Exercise Science, Pre-Health Professions, Pre-Medicine, and Sport Pedagogy and Coaching. Kiran Denise Daniel. Chelsea Shavana Lalman. Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology and Sport Management. Tyler Nigel Austin. Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Sport Pedagogy, and Coaching, Damisha Shania Brito. Kofi Kervin Chase. Donesia Natalia Henry.
Bachelor of Applied Science, Criminology, and Public Safety. Lyndon Joshua Balkaram, summa cum laude. Akil Mikhail Boyce. Katrina Sharian Charles. Jamie Ganpat Mahabe. Marcus Wayne Graham. Kadisha Julianne Hankey. Vanita Deepa Harinarayan Harinanan. Devrad Peter Lewis. Zindi Leanne Noel. Swain Richard Taylor. Kiran Tularam.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our graduating class of 2022. Please give them a lovely round of applause. I need to mention a few things here. Graduates, parents, and academics, I would like you all to realize and give some respect to these students because they made this happen throughout a pandemic. Right? Some of you parents and well-wishers, friends, spouses, may have heard them complain more than any other time because obviously they were home. They were stressed, they caused us stress, but they made it happen. So again, a resounding round of applause. And last but certainly not least, I would like to say a special thank you to all the academics that really worked hard and guided you guys throughout your journey. So at this time, since you guys are now officially graduates, we will now wish to invite all you graduating students to join the UTT Alumni Association. The objectives of the Alumni Association are
to promote interaction among alumni members and between alumni and the UTT.
Encourage education, research, and commercialization of innovative ideas.
Keep members informed on the progress of UTT.
Mentor undergraduate, postgraduate students through co-op training or similar work-related experiences.
Provide professional development training opportunities for its members.
And to recognize alumni achievement.
You may join the UTT Alumni Association by going to the UTT website at www.u.tt.
At this time, I would like to invite the President of the Alumni Association, Mr. Kempes Charles, to lead the graduates in the Alumni Pledge. Mr. Charles.
All protocols observed. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. This is something my grandmother used to sing almost every morning. And we had no choice but to sing along, right? We know the grandparents' songs when they sing on a morning. Nobody dare tell them they're not singing good. I can't sing, but Granny could. So at this time, I want to bring this message to you as well. It's a beautiful morning and it's a beautiful day because you would have gone through countless hours of, let's use the Trini word, pressure, real headache. We know. And I could tell we had the vibes in here because UTT is such a dynamic university. We have all these different cultures. And yeah, I'm hearing some upper vibes in here as well. I know. We here. And as one of you guys said, we outside. It's nice, yes. But I'd like to bring this message to you. The success of any school can be measured by the contribution that the alumni make towards national life. I didn't say that. GFK said that. And Eric Gordon said that the alumni presents us with a unique opportunity to build a foundation to support our university. But I'm saying, the more you contribute to our national development, is the more weight that certificate you just received will have. So at this time, I would like to invite you all to stand and recite the alumni oath. Please repeat after me. As alumni of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, we solemnly swear to uphold the honorable traditions of our university, imbued by the spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship, which is at the center of UTT's mission. We will endeavor to lend creativity and passion to all that we undertake. As graduates of the National University, we also commit ourselves to the highest standards of service to our community and country. We will further strive to earn our own place among UTT's alumni, who by their devotion to these ideals have brought recognition and honor to our alma mater. We will provide moral, intellectual, and financial support, and will encourage others to attend our alma mater, and thus to contribute to the perpetuation of the necessary and noble work of UTT. Let's get 3 cheers. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Charles. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are now ready for another beautiful rendition as I call upon the APA Choir to render in song From Now On, from The Greatest Showman by Benj Pasek and Justin Paul, arranged by Roger Emerson.
Politicians praise my name. Those were someone else's dreams, the pitfalls of the man I became. For years and years, I chased their chance. The greatest we've always needed more. But when I stop and see you here, I remember who are they.
Thank you very much, APA Choir. Well done. And from the round of applause, we know the audience appreciated it very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to a very important part of our morning, our valedictory address. Our valedictorian comes from, or is now a graduate of the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Performing Arts. Our valedictorian today is Mr. Daniel Roberts. Mr. Roberts, I now invite you to deliver the valedictory address.
Proper. Professor Clement Imbert, Chair of the Board of Governors, UTT, and other members of the Board of Governors of UTT. Professor Prakash Prasad, President, UTT. Professor Festus Adeyobo, Vice President, Research, Academic and Student Affairs. Professor Stephen Joseph, Assistant Vice President, Undergraduate Studies. Mr. Jayadath Maraj, Senior Manager, Registry. Orators, Doctors Linda Mohammed and Kerry Dolloway. Senior Academic and Corporate Staff of UTT. Members of the Student Guild and other students of UTT. Graduates of 2022. Specially invited guests, family members and friends, members of the media and viewing public, ladies and gentlemen. Before I get into anything to my fellow graduates, first allow me to say congratulations. The fact that we are here today, sitting in this auditorium, means that we've made it to the end of this leg of our university career. No matter what level of study you may have completed, no matter how long it took you to complete it, the fact is you did complete it. And now we get to sit here and be rewarded for all our hard work and dedication. Now I know it was not an easy road. I can't even mention the phrase COVID-19 without getting nightmarish flashbacks of Zoom classes, online school. You know what it's like to do a dance thesis in your living room at home? But we made it through the rough seas, and now we await the adventure that is yet to come. So what now? One of life's most unnerving questions. Now that we've completed this study, what do? Some may have it figured out, and that's great. Others, not so sure as yet. I'm here to tell you that's also okay. We may not need to have it all figured out. But what we do have are the skills we learned here at UTT. We have the knowledge. We have the thirst to go out there and work hard. These are all values that the university has instilled in us. The American activist Marian Wright Edelman once said, "Education is for improving the lives of others and for leaving your community and world better than you found it." As I look out at the audience today, see my fellow graduates, I'm not worried about the future of this country. In fact, I want to call on all the executives, decision makers here on this stage with me. Take a look at these graduates. These are going to be the future of your country. Especially my colleagues from the Academy for the Performing Arts. I can assure you the amount of talent they have that we have. We will add to our great cultural contributions that Trinidad and Tobago is famous for. However, we cannot do this on our own. We need to work together. Just like in those group projects that we all hated. Remember the ones where you weren't allowed to pick your own group members? Yeah, But looking back at those experiences, we learned the value of working together. We helped weak members to strengthen themselves so they don't pull down the entire group. You know, often when people ask me what going to school at UTT is like, I often say, it's just like High School Musical. Yes, I know we've all seen High School Musical. Yes, you. I see you there, Gideon, pretending to be all macho like you and see it. Professor Prakash Prasad, I'm sure you've seen it too, yeah? But just like in the song, one of the songs from the first movie, the last song, we're all in this together. No, I'm not going to do any kind of dance or anything. But there is one verse that resonates with me. Everyone is special in their own way. We make each other strong. We're not the same, we're different in a good way. Together is where we belong. We're all in this together. You see, I cannot be an artist by myself. I can only play instruments and sing big whoop. But I'm going to need a graphic artist to do all my on-screen graphics. I can easily call a colleague from the digital media arts. If I need dancers to accompany on the stage, you even have to look twice. You all know where I'm looking? Someone right there. Someone who majored in dance here at UTT. If I need to fly on my private jet like Burna Boy, but it's broken down right before I'm supposed to fly out, no worries. I simply need to call a UTT graduate who has a Bachelor of Science in Aircraft Management and Maintenance. This is how we work together. This is how we capitalize on going to a university like UTT. And this is how we put Trinidad and Tobago on the map and take the world by storm. After all, our country's motto is... Right, I was testing all. If you all didn't know that, that would have been a little shameful. Together we aspire, together we achieve. But permit me to add to that. Together we aspire, together we achieve. Together we break boundaries and make the world believe. Newsday, please write that down. Daniel Roberts. But to my fellow graduates, I know many of us are breathing a sigh of relief, having completed our studies, and I know many of us are happy to be leaving this institution. But I leave you with this message. Don't burn bridges. In fact, build bridges. Make connections. We are privileged to have attended such a diverse university with campuses throughout the countries with varying specializations. It's a pity that we may not always be under one roof, but this morning, some of us are. Today, it's not only the APA that graduates. We have the brilliant minds of those who have studied criminology and public safety, the excellence of those who studied sport and kinesiology. Yeah, they did tell me that that was the best campus. I don't know about that, though. As well as the artistic greatness of those who studied fashion and design. Just by looking, I can tell who the fashion and design students are. They look amazing. And I cannot say for certain that our paths are going to intertwine. But I know that we share one thing in common. We are all UTT graduates. I can say with confidence that we are going to play our part in making this country great, and we're going to do it together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Roberts, for that inspiring valedictory speech and delivered with such energy, I must say. At this point, we have a special treat for you. I would like to introduce a dance performance by I beg your pardon. I would like to introduce a dance performance by Susan Mohan and two of her students at APA. Susan Mohip, is an instructor too at UTT's Academy for the Performing Arts. Today, she proudly performs a traditional Kathak dance entitled Bhumi Mangalam with two of her APA students, Sophia Knight and Nakwami Martin. In this presentation, the dancers pay their respects to the elements of creation and pray for peace in all that exists through language, movement, and rhythm.
Tita dadenda kadadenda katita dadenda katita dadenda nagadet dadenda katita tunta da katita tunta da katita tunta da. Dadaka tunga dagi dingeta dadinda 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 detta kadita takka tunga takitaka dada Dadite 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 kadadite dadite dagite ginna tun naga tun naga dagina dagina ginnada nada denta kadadenta kata gigita gege 1 2 3 4 5 kata gigita gege 1 2 3 4 5 kata gigita gege 1 2 3 4 5 tada.
Mangalam,
Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Susan Mohip, Ms. Sophia Knight, and then Kwame Martin. Well done. At this point, I would like to invite our president, Professor Prakash Prasad, to declare our graduation ceremony closed.
As we come to the end, this message I want to send. And to you indicate, always value a certificate. And as I say goodbye, always aim high. I wish to sincerely congratulate the newly graduated members of our society on their achievement, and I now declare this ceremony closed. Goodbye, hasta la vista, Permilingue.
Thank you very much, Professor Prasad. Honored guests, please stand and remain in your places until the procession, inclusive of graduates and academic staff, have retired. Thank you.